I became a surrogate because I had a daughter who pregnancy was an absolute breeze. So I know I was very blessed with genes that, I didn't have any morning sickness. I was able to work out up until probably about 7-8 months of pregnancy. It was very, very smooth, no complications. And so I was just very lucky to have that. I ended up, then my delivery was also very non-eventful, I'll say. So I went into labor. It was about 4 hours total. I did 2 pushes. She was out, no complications, no issues, nothing really eventful happened at all. So it was very smooth, very nice. And so I was very, very lucky and blessed to have such a good pregnancy. And so I kind of expected it because more of my backstory is that I come from a very large family. My mom is one of 10. And I think I have about 70-something, 80-something cousins now. We just have a very, very large family. So I joke sometimes that, my family and my genes, we're just baby making machines. So just like constantly kids running around, all ages. And so I figured I would be lucky enough to have also those same genes and same blessings. And I was. So I was very, very happy about that because I know obviously not everyone is blessed in that same way. So I then had a cousin who did surrogacy. She had 4 of her own. She wanted to have more, but obviously financial constraints and everything else restricted her in doing so. So she decided to become a surrogate, and I thought that was just so awesome. She ended up having twins, and so for a lovely couple, and they her same thing. Pregnancy was like more or less of a breeze, went well, and that also then opened up the door for another cousin to be a surrogate as well. And I believe she's done 2 separate journeys now in being a surrogacy. She has several of her own as well. And so she then went on to do the surrogacy route. And then with me, I had my first, like I mentioned, and then my life situation and everything else, I was like, okay, I want to have more. I would love to have more kids. I would have 10 kids if I could, but it's the same situation, the financial restraints and everything makes it tricky. So I decided to do the surrogacy route as a way to kind of still enjoy pregnancy, enjoy my blessing, enjoy what God has given me, but maybe give that to someone else who hasn't been as blessed and as lucky as I have been. So that's kind of the backstory of why I wanted to be a surrogate and why I decided to take this journey. So what I first did was researched a lot of different agencies. I looked at many agencies, interviewed with them, got, an understanding of what they do, the breakdown of everything, how the process is going to go, everything like that. And so I interviewed with Giving Tree, and I just really, really liked them. I really liked the fact that they were very transparent with everything and how the process was going to go, the base breakdown of everything. I really liked how they offered a larger even life insurance policy than what a lot of the other agencies are offering, because obviously being a mom, you want to make sure that if anything, God forbid ever happens, you want to make sure that your kids are taken care of if something like that does happen. So I had peace of mind when I went with Giving Tree because of that. And so I want to say they made a profile. They were super quick about everything. I was matched probably within a month and a half of having a profile. I matched with a lovely woman who she was a little older. She couldn't have her own kids, due to some medical risks. And so she really liked me. We're in similar career fields. And so she thought, I was a good option for her. And I really liked her as well. She was very nice, very kind, very open. And so I appreciated. We aligned on a lot of the birthing plan process and a lot of the, requirements that go into that. Because you have to think, there is what type of vaccines do you want to get while you're pregnant? What type of birthing plan do you want to have? What type of medical treatment do you want to have? And you want to make sure that those things align with the parent that you're choosing and the surrogate that you're choosing, because obviously when you get down the road, you want to make sure that that's aligned just in case something does happen. It's already clearly defined. It will make your process go a lot quicker and smoother when that happens. So stuff, getting profiles together, sharing my health records. You got to share your OB treatments that you've had over the past several years. You have to share your hospital stay when you gave birth to, previous children. All of that has to be shared and reviewed by the medical staff. I went on to psych evaluation, and psych evaluation is about an hour-long interview where they have a clinical psychologist review kind of you to understand, like where you're coming from, where's your headspace at, are you a good fit, are you showing any signs of being deceitfulness in any way, because the intended parents and obviously the agency in the clinic, this is not a cheap, yeah, sure, it's whatever, get it done type of procedure. This is someone's trusting you with their child for, X amount of months to make sure that you're healthy and giving that child then the best opportunity for life after birth. And so it's a very taxing, it involves a lot of trust. It involves a lot of understanding and communication and keeping that open, and a lot of respect too, because you have to respect the parents, and the parents obviously have to respect you and what you're comfortable with your body, to make sure that that baby is as healthy as possible. So medical clearance is usually they'll fly you out to whatever clinic the intended parent has chosen to use, and that could be anywhere anywhere in the country that they choose, depending on state laws. And there you'll be fully examined. They will check everything out. They'll take vials and vials of blood work to make sure everything's good. They give you a full rundown of your health to make sure that all levels, all hormone levels, all anatomy, everything looks good for you to proceed. You get your results probably about a week or two. My clinic was pretty good about it. They were very fast, so I appreciated that because it just kept things in the process moving fairly quickly. You are assigned a third-party lawyer, attorney, representative that works and represents you with the intended parent's legal representative as well. And so a few drafts will probably be shared outlining the details of what you can and can't do. For example, I can't travel anywhere more than 100 miles away from my hospital after 24 weeks, which is a little sooner than normal, which you might experience during a normal pregnancy. But I understand why that is, because, being a surrogate is more of a high risk pregnancy than maybe just a normal pregnancy that you might experience. So some other things is I can't get my nails painted. So because of the chemicals that are involved with nail care and nail polish remover, you got the gels, the dips, all of that. It's not healthy for the baby because it does absorb through your skin. So my intended parents were very clear that I could not do any sort of things with formaldehyde and other harsh chemicals like that, no oven cleaner, no, stay away from bleach, don't bleach your hair, those common things that a lot of women do for beauty upkeep. You kind of have to sacrifice during the time that you're pregnant so that those chemicals aren't leaching through your skin and being absorbed into your bloodstream, and then also obviously affecting the baby that's growing. So all of that, wasn't a problem for me. Completely understood where that was coming from. I agreed to it. We had a few exchanges of the contract for legal. It's about 60 something pages. And my lawyer reviewed that in detail with me. She kind of explained all aspects, what happens after birth, what happens to the intended parent if, they pass away while you're pregnant, where does the baby go after that? Things like breastfeeding, things like, like I said, travel, chemicals, medication, all aspects really of the whole pregnancy. If there is a complication with the birth, what does the mom want to do? Does she want to abort the child, or does she want to continue? Like, those are all things that need to be worked out and very clearly agreed upon in legal before proceeding. And so I've heard some women it does take longer than a month, but on average it usually takes about a month, and that's what I experienced as well. So once I got cleared with legal, then came the big transfer day. That was when I started to be more involved with the clinic. And so the clinic would tell me, gave me an outline, like, here's how the next month is going to go. Here are the days that you're going to start your medications. Here's the day that you're going to start injections. Here are the days that, we're going to be looking to transfer if all goes well. And in this time, we are being set up with the clinic there where they do blood work for you. You have to submit more blood work, making sure, all levels are good for the transfer. Everything looks good. And then I had about 2 weeks prior, I want to say, I started injections, which at first were not bad at all. I was like, okay, this is going to be easy. It's not a big deal at all. It's pretty not bad, just a little pinch on your hips and a-okay. But as the medication went on, it did get a lot more difficult and uncomfortable for me to do those shots. And so I know I was lucky because I was doing shots of progesterone every other day, which isn't bad because I know some women have had to do shots daily, sometimes twice a day. I felt kind of lucky that I only had to do every other day. I was like, that's a lot better than every day. So I felt bad for some of those women because you do take the shots a couple weeks prior to the transfer date and then up until at least 10 weeks after the transfer day. And so that's quite a few months. It's easily 3 months that you have to do those shots, and it does definitely get sore and uncomfortable at those injection sites after so many times. So my transfer day was August 28th. Went in, it was normal, kind of very relaxed. So the doctor, took the embryo. You see everything happen. They have cameras to show you. So I thought that was really cool. They even have ultrasound, so you can see the egg being transferred into your uterus. I thought, and then you just go home that day, or you go back to your hotel and you just relax. So you just have a very relaxed day, no pressure, no stress, take it easy. And then usually the next day you go home. And then after that, you have maybe about a week or two before they bring you back into the clinic. And this clinic is usually wherever, your hometown is. It's usually an IVF clinic where they can do blood work and ultrasounds. And so they'll do ultrasounds and blood work. And then if you test positive and the baby's stuck, congratulations, you're pregnant. And they will then schedule weekly follow-ups for at least the first 10 weeks. And so for every single week after that, I went in to have blood work and an ultrasound done, which was cool because obviously, when you're pregnant, you always want to check on the baby, make sure, they're doing okay, see, their body start to form and move, and, all those little kicks that are starting to do, and you really see them enjoying the space while they can. I enjoy the ultrasound the most, obviously, because again, you get to see the baby. And so after 10 weeks of that, I finally graduated from the IVF clinic. I am officially in a OB office. So under the care of the OB doctor that I've chosen, the IVF clinic that did the transfer likes to stay informed just to, make sure everything's going good. But I am no longer technically under their care. So that was a huge graduation for me, especially when I did not have to take any more injections, no more suppositories, no more tablets, no more medication. All I do now is my base prenatal and a few other minor things to make sure that my body's healthy and the baby body is developing properly. So